Who's bringing it in? Me or you?
Do you want to bring it in?
1 sec. The thing was fucking up a bit. Yeah, I mean 42. I'll bring it in. All right. 3, 2, 1.
The moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome the Pelbros Podcast.
Yeah. Episode number 42 coming at you live from where we at, James? Tell them.
Yo, hitting up episode 42. We're in lockdown. That's what we're
Ah,
at.
shit, bro. You didn't gotta remind me of that, but that's true. We are in lockdown.
But aside from that, we're kind of we're in Tokyo. We're currently watching the game.
So true. In the background,
pretending that we're there in the stands in the audience in Tokyo,
bronze
Japan.
medal. The bronze. I said model. Bronze medal. Sorry.
Yeah, bronze medal game. Oz versus Slovenia at the moment. So shout out to Oz. Hopefully we get
Let's go,
dub.
Paddy Mills. Yeah, let's get that. Yeah, him and Thibault. Let's bring it home, boys. Bring in the fucking bronze, mate.
But yeah, just got this on in the background while we pump out this episode. Definitely
Oofed.
not going to be a commentary or anything. It's just going to be a casual episode. Lots to cover. A lot of off-season news. A lot of trade stuff happening. But yeah, what's been happening on your end, Ryan?
Oh, mate. All I can say is, like, we got to celebrate. It's episode number 42, bro. It's crazy. Like, every number it seems we're celebrating, but it's true, bro. Like, every fucking, like, every day we wake up in this life is a blessing, bro. You got to celebrate. You got to love that shit. So we're bringing that same energy when it comes to these episodes, because you never know. This might be the last one, bro. It could just be like that, like, me and James are both hustling the streets, bro. Maybe one day there's something that comes up, like a $1 million opportunity. It's like it needs all my time. Can I really specifically focus a bit on Pelbros, even though I'm a fucking baller, But things like that can happen because we are such ballers, So like, we're busy men, we're high value men. So big decisions, like big executive decisions that need to be made, which I believe that all you fucking 12-year-olds would not be able to comprehend, could potentially affect these episodes. So, appreciate us while you've motherfucking got us, you dickhead. So make sure you guys are subscribing to our shit. Sending us love. Oh, bro, Thibault. Is that Thibault? Yeah, Thibault's on fucking fire, bro. You see that, yeah? That buzzer beater dunk?
Oh, you're ahead of me. I think I'm delayed.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry for the spoilers, mate.
Coming up. Hey, that's
green and gold, mate. Green and gold, mate. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say though is, like, so make sure you guys are obviously showing us love. Subscribe shit on YouTube. We're on all audio platforms, podcasting platforms too. Hit us up there, pelbros.com. You guys got voice clips or whatever it may be, pelbrospodcast@gmail.com. But I did want to say 42, there's two ways we're going to celebrate. The obvious one I'll get to later, but James, you were saying that this is your number back in the school days when on your jersey, I believe, number 42.
Yeah, shout out to number 42. This was actually my back in the high school days, the basketball days, at the peak of our basketball careers, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I was rocking the number 42. So this one.
Right. Is there any like, I guess, special or like well-known players with the 42 apart from Al Horford, I believe, is it?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. No, I haven't done my research, but
oh shit, no, because I full knew the guys for my number, which was 34, which we passed quite a while ago. Because back then I knew Paul Pierce, and then I know like Lakers Shaq had it too. Ray Allen and the Heat had it. That's the only thing that comes to mind right now. Oh, and Giannis now too.
I've just pulled it up, and no, not many players with the 42. Best player would probably be
don't tell me Al Horford.
Kevin Love, mate.
Oh, okay. At least it's better. It's a step up from fucking Al Horford.
Not much of a step up, to be honest. But
I reckon, I just believe, like, my personal take when it comes to Al Horford, yeah, like, whatever, great for him, but, just, man looks like a bit of a head, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you remember Al Horford, though, but anyways.
Yeah, me too, bro. You're telling me.
But yeah,
what can I say?
Apart from that, that was my number, so definitely shout out to this episode, runs deep for me. You're going to be celebrating it yourself.
Yeah, true. 42. You obviously know we got 42. Sure, probably when Pelbros are like, mad balling, and we're not even the ones doing these episodes. Like, we've actually just like paid some, like cheap Indian labor to fucking do it, like these episodes for us. Like, we full train them how to like talk like us. We full train them how to be creative like us. You know what I mean? And we're just paying them like $5 a fucking hour to like make these episodes, right? Because when we're talking about like balling, we're talking about, we're gonna automate the shit out of the fuck. Do you think I want to be recording this shit for free for you fucking ungrateful cunt? Fuck that, bro. I'm gonna pay Curry to do it for me. So, anyways, so by that point, though, by that point, we'll be at episode potentially we'd be at episode because we're not even up to like 50 or 100 yet, right? By that point, I would believe we would be at like by the point we're at 420, we would be at that level of kind of business when it comes to Pelbros. So having said that, there is quite a while away, right? So the second best thing I can do to actually celebrate that 420 number, obviously, is 42. So shout out to, all my 420 Blazer homies out there. You know who it is, you know how it be. And, let's just say I'm going to kind of disappear for the next 20, 30 seconds whilst I give the mic over to James. And, I'm just going to be having my own little celebration. Let's keep it at that.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's just jump into it. No one wants to hear us ramble for 10 minutes. We're pretty much recording this on Saturday for us. It's been about nearly a week or maybe even just a few days of free agency over on the NBA side of things, and things have already heated up pretty much in the first 24 hours. There was all these trades came out, all these new signings. So lots of movement throughout the league, lots of moves from the Pelicans as well. So we'll cover both. So let's jump into all the moves around the Pelicans, and then we might just go down one by one through each team if we have enough time, and actually just go over our quick thoughts on the different moves and different trades that teams are making. So yeah, it should be pretty good. You already know where to find us, like we mentioned before, but yeah, why don't we just get straight into it on the Pelicans front?
Get stuck in.
Yeah, let's get stuck into it. So I think one of the first moves that was made, this was around that draft period. And we also got to talk about the people we drafted as well, was the trade of Eric Bledsoe.
Fuck yeah.
That's probably the major news coming out of that. I don't know if you have a soundboard for that, maybe a celebration one, but close enough.
I mean, there's that one, but not really what I was going for. Yeah, whatever. I guess this is probably the best we can do. Yeah. Fucking Eric Bledsoe, no longer part of the Pelbros organization.
But yeah, Pelicans is finally making a move. Not just Eric Bledsoe, but starting to trade away Steven Adams as well, and 2 future first-round picks, which included the 10th pick for this year's draft, over to the Memphis Grizzlies. And we received back Jonas Valanciunas. Hope I said your name right. So welcome to the Pelicans. And the 17th overall pick, which we ended up getting, I think, Trey Murphy for that one. So, yeah, thoughts on this one, Ryan? I know you had a lot of hopes of trading.
Mate, I'm not gonna lie to you right now, bro. Like, okay, now it's just switched over there. But whilst it's halftime during this game, they're showing like some other shit on the Olympics. Now it's some dudes running. But just then, did you see that it was like chicks high jump before?
No, I got a different one than you. They're showing the highlight of the game.
What? Oh, what? Are we both on 7+ here?
Yeah, I think you're watching on the main one though.
Yeah, probably. Oh, what? Oh my god! Wait.
It's like a basketball only stream, so just like focuses on the basketball.
Yeah, no, there was just an error on my microphone just then, but I think it's okay. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. But basically, the point of it is that I was distracted because there were like nice tight fucking shots. I was like, all right, what's going on, girl? What was the question? Sorry, mate.
What were your thoughts on the Bledsoe?
Oh, the bro, obviously
getting Jonas and everything.
At first, I was a bit like, what, like, mate, like this ain't no Miles Turner, bro. What the fuck is this? Like, don't get me wrong, JV, because I can't be fucked to try to even attempt to say his last name. He's a good lad and shit. He definitely gives good minutes. Played his role correctly in Memphis along Ja Morant. So I reckon he's a good, he's a good pick. Like, he's definitely, an upgrade, I guess, from Steven Adams, but it's not like fucking anything like crazy amazing. It's not like just us pick up Mr. Valanciunas is going to make us a fucking final contender straight off the bat. It's nothing like that, right? But the fact that the main kind of thing is that we've got rid of fucking Eric Bledsoe now, And I think I'm not even too sure what soundboard we want for this. Maybe let's try this. Oh no, I mean, yeah, somewhat appropriate. No. Sorry, I haven't even been trained the soundboards right now. But I guess the best thing with the Adams Bledsoe one is I'm a happy fellow. That's all you need to know. But I don't know. Overall, it's just like I said. It's just like, sure, it's a good trade for us in terms of like the 3 players that were on the trading block for those for that trade. It was like we definitely got the best player, but it's just like, yeah, but I don't really, this isn't really gonna like fucking do shit. Like I feel as if we need to be making like much more high level fucking trades if we want to be like actually seriously trying to, I guess, compete in the West and even maybe go for a deep fucking playoff run. What about yourself, mate? What do you think then?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely more optimistic about this move than you are, that's for sure. But I think it's a good move overall. I think what it really shows is that Adams Bledsoe was pretty much like a negative asset or negative value. So there was no way any teams was really going to give up anything that valuable for him, unless we're going to give up a shit ton of picks. Which, in this deal, we didn't end up having to give away our 10th pick, but we did get back their 17th pick. So we just moved down the draft, which, kind of worked out for us. But, in the end, no one really wanted Bledsoe, and that Adams contract wasn't that enticing either. I think as soon as we traded him, for whatever reason, Griffin decided to give him an extension. I think it was 2 years, 17 mil each. So that was questionable as well, and really don't know who would have taken that on. So I think this is a really good trade, really good move to move on from these 2 players who we know aren't going to take us to that next level, even though Steven Adams was, developing his 3-point, his jump shot, which we know is all a lie in the end. But I think this is a really good move. We know these guys aren't part of our future. Bring in Jonas, who's can shoot, and he's proven he can shoot. He's got a mid-range game. His 3-point isn't too bad. Probably better than Steven Adams would be. And I think this provides a quality center who, again, might not take us to like the finals, but I think it will help our team push for that playoff spot. I don't know how the defense is going to work. I don't think he's like the best defensive center at all by any means. He's a bit slow on his feet, but yeah, overall I think it's a good move. It moves us away from Bledsoe as the main point. I think all the fans can rejoice just about that purely. So I think with the centers, it's like a 1-1 swap, except like Jonas is slightly better. So I think it's a win-win in the end. And it sounded like we didn't mind taking the 17th pick instead of the 10th pick. I heard that like the guy we wanted to pick anyway in the draft, they were saying like he wasn't worth like a 10, but he was like perfect for like 17th. So in the end, I think it's a win-win. I think maybe not as much of a win for Memphis. I don't know what their plan is, but I think I'm optimistic. I mean, again, it might just be me being stupid, being naive, but I think there's some good things to come out of this. Pretty hype, more hype for this season with these moves coming through.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I feel as if it's almost about time. Like we could make like a separate episode, or even just like discussion video on our YouTube about like giving like a trade review, like not a trade, sorry, like just like a overall review about David Griffin's performance ever since he's been a part of the Pelicans organization.
Yeah,
like feels if
sure.
Like because it's been like what, a couple of years time, something like, I think I've written this down to something like we compare because he actually did bring in a championship at Cleveland before, right? So we would compare like how long it took him in Cleveland to actually get that done. How so he's with us for like what, 2-3 years now. Where like if we match that back to his time in Cleveland, where was he at that point? Like in his like journey to getting that. So kind of like if we could compare with that, like actually a proper full balls deep detailed look at like, and like with that kind of like give our own kind of like proper legit 2 cents in terms of like how we rate David Griffin so far. Because I think when he first came, we were just like, yeah, this is great. And I feel as if the whole of last season with things like you were just mentioning, how he gave Steven Adams the fucking contract, how he didn't flip Bledsoe. Who knows? That could have been a fault about SVG, but the fact that he even hired SVG too, that in itself, you could be blaming a lot of these things on Mr. David Griffin. So I'm no longer as like, I'm very skeptical when I hear things about our Pelicans and the moves that we're making, because I'm just a bit, maybe I've lost hope, but I don't know. I've been hurt too many times, James. It's as simple as that.
No, I mean, it's a good point. In the end, like, yeah, it was a good move, good trade, but it really is kind of him making the move and saving his ass from the decisions from before. So it's like, yeah, it's almost like he's just pulling himself out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's pulling himself out of his own hole that he dug. So no, that's fair. I completely understand it, and I know the fan base is a bit torn on David Griffin. And if you're listening, definitely let us know what your thoughts are on him. I know quite a lot of the fans, I don't think, like him, and they've questioned a lot of his moves, and understandably so. Like he deserves to be questioned. So yeah, it'll be definitely worth taking a look at, maybe like a David Griffin review. We can just go through each of these moves that he's made with us and tackle them one by one. And honestly, I think he kind of got saved. I mean, we can go deeper into this in that episode or in that video, but he definitely got saved by that number 1 pick. So
yeah, bro,
it's like a whole nother.
I'll save anyone's ass. Okay. What's this? Yeah, high jumps back on. Oh, shorty, fucking hit the.
Hey, don't get distracted, eh?
Well, hey, bro, I'm just trying to support my fellow countrywoman.
Cool. I think that pretty much wraps up that move. I think obviously that's probably the biggest move probably one of the biggest moves for the Pelicans this off season.
Yeah, because there's the other one that's been like mad G'd up for a while and actually fucking happened.
Wait, which one?
I'm talking about Lonzo.
Oh yeah. I was saying, yeah, that was one of the biggest moves because Lonzo was probably the second one. Or the next biggest move. But yeah, unfortunately with Lonzo, it looks like he's agreed to go to the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, good for him for his career, man. That's a great fit. Yeah,
definitely. I think it was 4 years, 85 mil. Definitely something that we didn't seem to want to match, even though we missed out on Kyle Lowry, which is a whole nother probably ball game. With Lowry obviously going to the Heat, which means
that's what I was trying to do.
Probably makes more sense for Lowry there. He's really good mates with Jimmy Butler. Goes to Miami. Like Miami, bro. What? Who would choose New Orleans over Miami? And then gets to play with one of his best mates and probably compete for a chip. But yeah, Lonzo looks like his time was sort of up with the Pels anyway. It didn't seem like we were that keen to keep him. Didn't seem like we were that keen to match whatever he got offered. And Chicago, like we said, pretty much exactly like we said in the previous episodes. Just obviously he wants to go to a bigger market team, and Chicago is one of the biggest markets. So definitely they're building something there over in Chicago. I think we agreed that they're getting a bunch of pieces that look pretty good. I think they got DeRozan now.
DeRozan also, even Caruso.
Yeah, definitely building a pretty solid squad. I'm
missing some other names, but I know that team goes deep, bro. That's going to be a deep player front team, man.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely a good opportunity for Lonzo. So I think shout out firstly to Lonzo. I think very hit and miss. I'd thank him for our time here. I think he had his moments.
100%.
He played, and he gave us those moments where we were like, yeah, this guy's legit. He can be an all-star. We always go back to where he had that stretch of like a bunch of games, 20 points plus a bunch of threes, where he just went crazy. And then he's definitely shown that he's got that spark and that talent, but just needs a consistency. So my thoughts on this before I throw it over to you, I'm not that cut or anything. I think he was writing on the wall. He was always going to leave. And, what could we really do? If we match him and then turns out he doesn't want to play here and he's not happy, then what's the point? We already did the same thing with Eric Gordon, where we matched his contract, where he said he didn't want to be here. We matched it for whatever reason. And then look what happened. He barely played. He had an attitude, became Pelicans, one of the most hated Pelicans players. You don't want that happening with Lonzo, especially when the guy's confidence is like, super keeps changing day in, day out. So
yeah, volatile.
Aside from that, what are your thoughts on this whole Lonzo debacle?
So I think the main thing I want to say is kind of similar to what you were saying. Oh, like what I've already said to you before. Basically, my beef with this entire situation is like, first off, like I love, I'm not against the trade or like the sign and trade or the move in general. We all had to see this coming. It's a lovely fucking fit for Lonzo. I think he's going to play great there. He's going to be able to actually like have a proper breakout season because I think that role is going to be perfect for him. So yeah, and then it's going to be good. He's going to actually be in the fucking playoffs and make a deep run. So having said that, though, like I feel as if it's almost as if what you're saying in terms of like it is a bit of a timing issue. I would love to see the Zion and Zoe duo if I can. It's like magic. It's a shame that, however, now leads to the main point I was going to make. It's a shame that the last fucking season we had fucking SVG running the show who just decided to fucking put Bledsoe and give Lonzo either the like the off ball fucking role or like he's on the bench even but he's giving fucking Bledsoe the fucking like Lonzo's position, and I feel as if like for the whole of fucking last year, I feel as if that really just fucked everything up, and that's why we didn't really get too much of a Zion Lonzo kind of combo. So what I'm trying to say is, imagine if we didn't have that. Maybe if we just had fucking Alvin Gentry again, right? And we got to explore more of because this season that we just had would have been the only season where you got a whole healthy Lonzo and a whole healthy like Zion, as opposed to Zion's first season and Lonzo's first season. Yep. Zion was only there for like a third or something like that season. So last season was the only season that we actually had a season where we could have seen these guys play. But for some reason, SVG just didn't want to drew them up, and I feel as if that kind of cost us a lot of fucking games. Just in general, like the team wasn't like working how it could have worked. So it's a shame that, like, so yes, I do agree it's a timing issue, but at the same time too, we almost put that on ourselves, because of these fucking dumb fucking moves that we're making last season. So yeah, I mean, at least we got Mr. Willie Green. People were also suggesting in terms of like they should have tried to see if like Chicago should have seen if they could fucking like poach or headhunt Fred Vincent, because look at the work Fred Vincent's done for fucking Lonzo, right? With his confidence when it comes to his shooting, his form, everything. So that could have been interesting, but at the same time too, I think it's great that didn't happen because Fred Vincent is a very like integral kind of piece to like what we're fucking building here in the Pelicans at NOLA. So I think that's great. And kind of like you were saying too, Willie Green. Wait, so Willie Green used to like play under Fred Vincent. He was the assistant coach, I believe. Is that what you're saying?
Well, Willie Green played for the New Orleans Pelicans. I think they were Hornets back then, and Fred Vincent back then was the assistant. I think he was playing under Monty.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's why obviously he was assistant coach under Monty for the Suns. So
yeah. So I think that actually makes a really good like duo. Like in terms of our coaching staff, I feel as if, and like look, it's a proven kind of system, right? The same kind of system that they had back then has now just taken Monty Williams and the boys all the way up to the fucking finals. Sure, people can argue about, like, even I'm the first one to say about the Phoenix Suns being pretenders and shit, but you could definitely see on a game-to-game like basis, like, you don't want to fuck around with Monty Williams, bro. He's legit. So it's good that we have two of that same kind of, I guess, way of thinking when it comes to basketball, like those two kind of minds, Willie Green and Fred Vincent here. But apart from that, like I said, man, peace to fucking Lonzo, because there's nothing we can really do about it. But at the same time, too, it's just these shitty fucking moves that just kind of like, because if you we'll take like 2 steps forward, or like we'll take like 1 step forward, let's say, then we just take like 2 steps back. It's just this constant fucking back and forth. So I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. I don't even know if I would argue we're not like winning in free agency here, are we? What would you say?
I mean, I think overall it's tough to say. I mean, that Bledsoe trade definitely is a win in my eyes. I was actually pretty hopeful to get Kyle Lowry. I know that, again, the fan base is pretty split on this. He's like 35 or something. Can he really is he really worth 30 mil and stuff? But I think we just need a guy like him, like a vet who can bring us to the playoffs. Like for me, I'd rather us get to the playoffs in the next 1, 2, 3 years rather than just like constantly bottom feeding, constantly be like the young core that's gonna come up.
Just wait, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're gonna be saying that for fucking 10 years. So personally, I would have liked to have gotten like the vet guard, but in the end, it is what it is. He obviously picked a better situation, so it makes sense. In terms of the Pelicans, off the back of that Lonzo deal, it ended up being a sign and trade. So that way we actually got something back from Chicago. We got Tom Sadaransky, who's not that great of a player. We got Garrett Temple, who might see some super limited minutes, but he's a bit of a vet now. So yeah, I mean, we didn't get absolutely zero. We didn't just let Lonzo Ball walk. But at the same time, I think his tenure here was done. And like I said, if we matched his contract again, he would have been unhappy. And what's the point of that? So yeah, pretty much that sums up that move. And then off the back of that, because there weren't that many point guards left in free agency, and we obviously needed a point guard now that we lost Zoe, the Pelicans decided to sign Devontae Graham to a deal of 4 years, 47 mil, which again, I'll give my thoughts. I think this is a great move, just based on that contract. So like we said, I think Lonzo was getting 4 years, 85 mil. That would have been about 21 mil a season. Instead, we're getting a guard who is also young, potentially just like Lonzo. Like I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They definitely both have their strengths and weaknesses. But we're getting him for around 12 mil a year. So that's a 9 mil a year discount on Lonzo. It's going to help us with flexibility in the cap. And potentially, yeah, who knows? We can make some more moves. I'm hearing that it's not over for us. I'm hearing like some rumors about like Lauri Markkanen, someone else. I forgot who it was, but they're looking at other people. And we can only do that because we've signed on this guy for 12 mil instead of a year, instead of taking on, Lonzo's contract of 20 plus mil a year. So I think this is a great pickup. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's clutch, so really strong in the fourth quarter, which the Pelicans need because we suck in the fourth. Probably not as good as a passer or rebounder or defender as Lonzo, but I think he makes up for it in terms of offense, scoring, clutchness. He's young, he's hungry. He'll want to ball out. That's all I'll say. So, yeah. Any other thoughts on this move for yourself, Ryan?
I don't know, man. Just in general, it's just like I was hoping that with this like off season, we would be able to kind of because look at what fucking Chicago's done. Look at what Miami Heat's done. Look at what the Lakers have done. You could even argue, look at what the Bucks and the Nets have done, etc. But what I'm trying to say is that like these guys, like quote unquote, won free agency. I feel as if I almost got kind of like gypped, I was expecting maybe too much from what we could do in free agency, especially because people were flirting with the idea that, oh yeah, bro, maybe Kyle Lowry. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm starting to like think big for our team, and not only do we not have that, now we don't have fucking Lonzo. Now it's just, all we have is like, okay, at least we got rid of Bledsoe, which shouldn't even been a fucking problem in the first place, Mr. fucking Griffin, and yeah, sure, we got Mr. Valanciunas. That's interesting, I guess. Devontae Graham, because I think you were saying to me too, because I recall like a couple of years back you were quite high on him, but was that like when you were thinking that he should even be considered for most improved player? Was that?
Yeah, he definitely had a shot in MIP. I don't think it was this year. I'm thinking it was last year's season. Yeah. So COVID season.
But then I guess just like what I've been hearing, at least, is that he's kind of like fell off a bit. So it's just kind of like I can be high on the Devontae Graham pickup as a very nice, gritty, underdog kind of like he could be a really good like pickup for us. However, he needs to show it to me. I could really be.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could really be big on Devontae Graham. If like I want to be big on him, right? But he needs to show to me that this is like a good pickup for our team. But apart from that, man, I'm just like, damn, I don't know, man. We've got to make some, I don't even know if we can do it like this season, throughout the season, or it's got to be until like next season or something. But I'm always just like, why can't we just get Miles Turner, bro? Put him with fucking side. Because just in general though, I'm just like, what can we realistically do at this point to kind of like really elevate this team? I think this will be for another kind of episode, but what can we actually do to actually get us in that championship contending situation,
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, 100% agree. I think he'll have to prove that he's worth it, and I'm hoping he does. Like I said, I was pretty hype on him. I thought he definitely had a chance at MIP. I think that was because of it was pretty much comparing his rookie season to his second season. So usually there always is like a jump for rookies anyway. So that probably did make him look a lot better. Maybe didn't necessarily fall off, but just didn't like go to that like next level kind of thing. But again, I think he's only in his 4th year this season, so definitely got to give him a chance. I'm hoping he can ball out and give us more consistency.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we can argue that that's kind of like a lot of what you could expect when it came to Lonzo, and even before that, Drew. A lot of inconsistency, to be honest. Shout out again to Drew with the not only the chip, but he's also just won himself a gold medal just a couple of hours or a few hours back during lunchtime. James,
Yeah, man's had a wild year. I was just telling you, like, yeah, he went from in one moment he went from playing for these bum ass Pelicans, struggling to not making the playoffs, getting coaches fired and shit, and then next minute he's part of a championship winning Bucks team, contributes as well as the third guy, and then flies off to Tokyo and wins a Olympic gold while starting for Team USA as well, which is absolutely crazy. I don't think anyone would have said Drew will be playing as a starting point guard for Team USA like 2-3 years ago. Like, really, he was so slept on, and now his name is just everywhere, and people really understand his impact. So
yeah, I love to see that shit, man.
Yeah, just glad to see him succeeding. But in the end, we've been telling you guys for like two years, mate. I mean, yeah, 2 years officially on Pelbros, but mate, me and Ryan been saying this shit way before about Drew. So
yeah, only now these motherfuckers want to like start saying shit. Yeah, okay, bro. Fucking
respect. He's getting the accolades, so that's
I mean, yeah. So we can be happy with that, because at the end of the day, we're talking about Drew Holiday. That's cool. We can have no ego with that, but just don't be coming at us, with that shit, and we won't come at you with that shit either.
True.
With that beef, with that heat.
Yeah, cool. Wrapping that up. Those are kind of the main moves for us. I think we can go over it really quickly because we don't really know the draft. But
I was gonna really quickly say too, because with all this kind of stuff, it is interesting in terms of like what these guys maybe like have in mind, like our front office, because they signed Didi to, I think, like a 4-year contract. I'm not too sure about the details about that, if that's like a proper full on like contract, or if it's like, okay, we might ship you to the G League if we need to, shit like that. But I don't know, maybe these guys are really, really high on Didi, in terms of like being like a solid piece of our rotation.
Yeah, could be. It seems like he's finally getting paid for his hard work. Obviously, spent most of the time with the Pels at this stage at the Kings. I think it's actually like a proper contract where he'll be playing for us now.
You mean Sydney Kings you're talking about?
Yeah, as in like he'll be playing for the Pels now. Like now he's on a proper contract with us. I don't know where the minutes are going to be. That's the only thing, because we did draft a forward and then a guard. Again, I don't know what kind of minutes he'll be competing for, but he'll be somewhere in the rotation. I think if it does seem like, I don't know if Josh Hart has got a deal yet, but I don't think we're keeping him. At least, I mean, I can't remember. I have to see if Hart has already signed somewhere, which I don't think he has. So with him probably not coming back, I imagine that like, what's that guy's name? Like Najee Williams or whatever his name was. We'll probably Najee Marshall or whatever. We'll probably get a few more minutes, and then I think there'll be some left for guys like Didi, Kyra, this Trey Murphy guy, and then this Herbert Jones guy that we drafted. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch on the draft picks, because that's part of our off season as well. Yeah, like I said, we don't know much about it, but I think people are pretty hype on this Trey Murphy guy, which we took on at 17th pick. 6'9" guy. Seems like he's like a guard forward.
He's a shooter.
Yeah, potential like 3-and-D guy potentially. Seems like he's a big time shooter. Pretty 7-foot wingspan.
I think he's a bit older too. I think he's like already like 23 or something like that too.
21.
Oh, well, there he goes. Yeah, so because I was listening to some guy, I can't remember who it was, but he was saying this could be a good pickup for us, because it's kind of like, we're not like, because he's a bit older too, it's kind of like, okay, we kind of know where this guy is like ceiling or potential is. It's like he's not going to become he's not going to have like a breakout season, become fucking like and become like a fucking Zion or something like that, or like a most improved shit like BI or anything like that. No, it's kind of like, but this guy could be a very, very good role player. You know, like he already understands his fucking role, and he could become like a really good version of that. And you know, at the end of the day, it's true. We do need, like, we always could use more people who can shoot a three for our team. So having said that, yeah, fuck it. If it's a good pickup, then sure. But like you were saying before, yeah, but what about the minutes game, son? No one fucking knows about that now, eh?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think what you said is true. Like, they don't expect him to become the next generational talent, but as long as he shoots the ball, plays pretty good defense, then you know he'll find his way into the minutes. And he's drafted at 17, so they're pretty high on him, I guess. So they definitely should give him the opportunity. The other guy that were in rumors about us taking was, I think, Buddy Hield, or looking at getting Buddy Hield back. You know, if this Trey Murphy guy can shoot, then at that point, you know, is there really a point in taking a guy like Buddy Hield when this other guy that we've drafted seems like he's going to be taller, probably better on defense? So, yeah, I don't want to overhype him or anything, but could be a good pickup in the end, and really give a good rotational kind of role player minutes for us. So,
bro, that's so sad for Buddy Hield. Like, I feel as if he's always in like all of these like random trade discussions. It's like, man really just wants to get the fuck out of Sacramento.
yeah, the guy's cursed. I think he's good, but he's not good enough to avoid being in constant trade rumors. That's for sure.
And especially with that contract he has too.
Yeah, and especially the fact that his fucking coach straight up didn't want to play him, and he was like borderline unplayable at times last year. So
there you go, man.
Interesting guy. I never really liked him when he was on the Pelicans, but I won't say no to bring him back. But yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath, Pelicans fans. He's not that good. He's not as good as he seems. Just because he averages like 20 points or whatever, it's not all in the stats.
Yeah, we've all done that before, mate.
But anyways, yeah, that wraps up most of our moves. The only one I want to touch on the Pelicans before we jump into like the other teams is we actually signed Mike D'Antoni as like a consultant.
Oh, shit,
so
for real?
Yeah, so I know during that time when we were looking for a coach, this is before Stan Van Gundy, Mike D'Antoni came up a lot, and I'm pretty sure we even talked about him in one of our episodes, and we were like, yeah, this could be really interesting. He could be like a better Alvin and just take us to like the next level of offense. And then obviously that didn't work out. I think he signed with the Nets as an assistant. He just wanted to step away from head coach for a while. But yeah, it looks like we picked him up this offseason as a consultant. Doesn't seem like it's anything like official, like assistant coach, just like whatever consultant means. But yeah, this could be interesting. It could help our offense out, help us play better than SVG coached us. And yeah, any thoughts on that? But I think I just wanted to throw that one out as the last kind of Pelicans news.
Yeah, no, that caught me off guard a huge time, because I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Like, we got Mike D'Antoni. Obviously, we don't know his role to an extent, but just knowing that he's with us and not with anyone else in the fucking league is, already is like, makes me happy. So yeah, it's a good move. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, that kind of summarized all the moves the Pelicans made. Again, hit or miss, I think we can agree. Maybe it doesn't take us to like the ultra next level, but I think this is a team that could definitely be competing for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Mark my words, mark this timestamp down, because I could probably look back at it in 1 year's time and be like, why the fuck did I say that shit? I'm just kidding myself. Like, what an idiot.
Yeah, mate, that's 240,000 subscribers we've got on YouTube. If one of you guys can actually timestamp that for us, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, James. So I wanted to mention this maybe at the beginning or even earlier, just in general. It's better to kind of like give an agenda, so people will like, oh, I really want to hear that, so I'm gonna like stay on for that, or I'm gonna skip to find that. So I wanted to mention that this episode we will be, because we did mention a couple episodes ago that we're taking in like voice clips and stuff if you send it over to our email, and a few people have taken us up on that offer, right? So I wanted to say, James, give you a suggestion. Should we kind of like leave these two voice clips for the very, very end of this episode, or should we have a brief little intermission where we go over these and then get back into the rest of the free agency moves? Your call.
Let's leave it to the end.
Well, but there you go. So then if that's the case, then just letting you guys know what the agenda is. Like, we've got this planned. You got to stick around to the end to actually hear, this these voice clips. But I guess having said that, I do want to update on the game. I believe third quarter's just finished, so fourth quarter's about to start. I got a Harvey Norman ad. I don't know about you. It's quite funny. Bro, why the hell do they keep having to freaking show me women's high jump right now, bro? Like, I'm getting it, bro. But just when I get into my flow,
You need the
with
basketball
shit.
stream, mate. Bro, the fourth quarter's already started, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm getting this chick isn't that like okay, face wise, because she like full yell like, oh come on. I'm like, I don't want to see that shit.
Is there an Aussie? Bigger disgrace
Yeah.
if they're showing the high jump, but there's no Aussie.
No,
The boomers are playing.
Both of them are Aussie.
Oh, okay, there's Aussies.
But
Fair enough.
Just one chick's decent and the other chick's like a bit weird. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Oh yeah, so yeah, having said that, let's use this time to kind of like get back into it when it comes to this free agency moves, mate. Anything come off the top of your mind, or do we kind of just want to like run down a kind of list in terms of the moves that have been made on this off season? Oh, I do see what you mean. Fourth quarter has definitely started. It's fucking 10 minutes in there.
Yeah, so we've just got this is for the viewers. We've got the research in front of us. Let's just go through one by one each of the moves.
Let's go.
And just like quick fire. Some teams we don't even have to like.
So start from the confirmed deal section, yeah?
Yeah, let's just do that.
All right. So Atlanta Hawks, main thing, kept Trae Young, John Collins, a big one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the main one.
They've agreed to a new deal with Mr. Solomon Hill. Bro, that's a fucking shout out if I ever heard of one in my fucking life. Shout out to Solomon motherfucking Hill.
The X factor right there.
Yeah, the X factor. That's what got him to the fucking conference finals, bro. Gorju
Deng.
I was just gonna say Mr. Dieng agreed to a 1-year deal at Hawks. Yeah, nothing major with these guys. You just got to keep the guys you got to keep, notably Solomon Hill. Boston Celtics, it's an A, I believe, but no, I'm pretty sure they've made moves. They've like traded away. Oh no, they've kept Enes Kanter, I believe. They
signed him. They signed him. Took him away.
They signed him, sorry,
because he was with Portland before.
Oh, true. And then, but he was with them before, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah, he's essentially coming back.
Yeah, and they're doing the same thing with Al Horford too, isn't it?
Are they? Oh man.
Yeah. And they got rid of because that's how they got. That's how they got rid of Kemba. They gave Kemba to OKC and got back Al Horford because Al Horford was just trapped in OKC.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah. OKC is just like you're trapped now.
No, I was gonna say the funny part is this is the second time Al Horford's got a shout out. So.
On this episode, yeah, number 42, bro. It's meant to be, bro.
Al Horford just keeps coming up in the convo.
Yeah, well, there you go. Al Horford is overtaking this episode, I guess. Hey,
shout out to Al Horford. Yeah, not many moves aside from that from Celtics. Yeah, so who knows what's going to happen?
And the only other kind of thing, which is I guess common knowledge now, Danny Ainge stepping down, I believe, or did he step down completely, or did he move to a different position? Because I know Brad Stevens is now taking his job, so
he stepped down. Yeah,
I think he just stepped down. Is that because that's quite funny. Probably people are all like, yeah, bro, but you never know. Like with Danny Ainge, bro, he's gonna be finessing these guys, he's gonna be fleecing you with the deal. And now it's just kind of like I feel as if that hype of him, maybe for the past like few years, has just been like, no, Danny Ainge has actually just gone senile right now. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So now it's good that he's just actually had to step down. Brad Stevens takes his place, and who's the Wanju or some fucking shit? The head coach now. I hear he's like a kind of like a under the radar, fucking really good pickup for these guys. Do you remember the head coach guy now?
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Oh, I guess apart from that, moving on. Jason Tatum, part of that U.S. Olympics team that has just won themselves a gold medal too. So shout out to him.
Yeah, Boston Celtics might just become the meme if they don't make any moves. Hearing potentially Dennis Schroeder, but aside from that, they look like one of the only teams that aren't really making any moves. But we'll move on from that. Brooklyn Nets. Patty Mills. So he gets a double shout out because he's playing right now and he's been balling out against Slovenia. Signing
in general, he's been balling out, man.
Yeah, in general, Olympic goat. But yeah, agreed to a 2-year deal, 12 mil with the Brooklyn Nets, bringing much needed shooting from the bench for that team.
A great pickup, yeah.
Definitely great pickup. We saw what Joe Harris did last year in the playoffs, this playoffs, aka nothing. So yeah, they just need some shooting. Can't remember if they lost Bruce Brown. Oh no, he agreed to a 1-year deal. The one that they lost was Jeff Green, which I think is a huge loss for them, personally. I think he went to Utah. So yeah, re-signing Blake, James Johnson. Overall, apart from the Patty deal, not much on the Brooklyn front. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, because I mean, the Blake Griffin, you had to fucking sign this guy again because he was given like crazy valuable minutes. I think he like everyone like he might have single handedly won him at least like 1 or 2 games in their playoffs.
Yeah.
Like Blake Griffin alone. So he's a solid fucking piece. Like, what he's doing on defense and like just the intensity he just brings to the fucking floor when it comes to playoffs, bro. This man. Because you cornered this man to a fucking like corner. Like he knows this is his last chance at trying to win a fucking chip here. So, he's fucking going all out, bro. And this guy used to be a big deal back in the day. But yeah, agreed. Apart from that, man, Patty Mills is the only kind of thing that we could really be discussing because that's a huge fucking shout out. And, I would even make the case Patty Mills potentially, not potentially, he is the Australian basketball GOAT. What would you say to that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's Andrew Gaze, which I know he gets a lot of love because he played like 5 Olympics now or some shit, and he bought out.
But I don't think that guy's ever, done anything in the NBA. If maybe he's been there for like 2 games on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at Olympics, I'd probably say Patty. It's got to be Patty.
Yeah, because I'm talking about even with Olympics, because obviously Patty Mills has won a couple of chips, right, under the Spurs, and then I guess. What's his face? Who's the other guy? Andrew Bogut's. Andrew Bogut's one with Golden State Warriors, but
I'm gonna say potentially Bogut, but he was injured a lot.
Yeah, I would take Patty Mills without even fucking thinking about it a heartbeat. Like Patty Mills over fucking Andrew Bogut, bro. I'm choosing fucking Patty Mills all day, bro. So I really truly believe Patty Mills may be like our Tim Cahill when it comes to basketball, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. That's 100% fair. Oh, cool. Moving on, Charlotte Hornets. So this one talks about Ish Smith, but they also have signed Kelly Oubre.
Wait, oh shit, for real?
$26 million deal.
These guys got a fucking team, bro.
I personally, I'm not that on Kelly Oubre.
I just think in terms of like these guys have a lot of almost like quote unquote star power on their team. They've already had. They've got LaMelo, Scary Terry. What's his face? Gordon Hayward, and now they've just jumped in. Who did you just say again?
Kelly Oubre.
I think that's the fuck. Like in terms of like name, that's the team. Like you can make a lot of money from that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was being rumored a lot because he would fit a lot of teams. Just kind of like that wing defense kind of guy. Again, I'm not that super high on him. I don't know if 13 mil a year is the answer, but yeah, it seems like a pretty decent pickup. And then obviously them losing Devontae Graham. So seems like an okay free agency for Charlotte. We'll see.
Oh, now we're gonna talk about the actual potential winner of the entire fucking free agency, man. Chicago Bulls, bro. So yeah, should we get into this? I guess Alex Caruso 4-year deal, Lonzo Ball 4-year deal. Okay, I should say the numbers. So Alex Caruso 4-year deal, $37 million. Lonzo Ball 4-year, $85 million. It's pretty hectic. DeMar DeRozan 3-year, $85 million. And then we got Tony Bradley agreeing to a 1-year deal. So that's a huge pickup, man, especially that Caruso pickup. I can't believe the Lakers just like let Caruso go, to be honest. That's a great fucking pickup.
Yeah, apparently they just didn't really reciprocate and like weren't that keen to keep him on. So he was just like, no, fuck, I'm going to fuck off. If you got the soundboard in front of you, can I get a ka-ching? Because Lonzo Ball, mate, fucking y'all fleecing the Chicago Bulls at this rate, but I might not be as high as you on the whole Chicago moves. I think it's definitely positive for them, but my only question is like, where the fuck's the defense coming from? Like, honestly, DeRozan's not that great on defense. Lonzo's hit and miss. I don't really know what they're doing with power forwards and centers. I think they got. Oh, who do they have now? Is it Vucevic?
Yeah, they got Vucevic.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing with defense, but aside from that, it is definitely good moves for Chicago.
I think they've still kept on to Lauri Markkanen too. That could be interesting. But they've still got pieces like Kobe White, etc. So I really think the Alex Caruso thing is really great in terms of like you got that vet championship experience, and if he already knows his role, right? So he could be giving you like valuable minutes off the bench, and I think it's really great for that. Like, what's really great about that is that Lonzo started the Lakers with Caruso. Lonzo fucked off to Nola. Caruso won a chip, and now they meet again at the Bulls to potentially, cause some proper fucking damage.
Yeah, true. No, that's a good point.
So I mean, my kind of thing about this, this is just going to be an exciting team to watch. Like, we can't agree to that, right? We got fucking Zach LaVine just doing fucking crazy 360 fucking dunks.
Just won a gold medal as well, Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Oh, well, there you go. That's another fucking guy. And and then we got DeMar DeRozan too, man. I think that's a great. I don't know how necessarily the fit would work, but I guess we're gonna have to see. And it is true that definitely do have some like very clear weaknesses that will kind of come to light as the season like begins and stuff. But I reckon these guys definitely have improved their roster big time. They've taken full advantage of free agency, and when they have someone like a Zach LaVine, in which we need to get this guy into the playoffs at the very fucking least. These guys have definitely made the right steps that I wish someone like us, the Pelicans, could follow in the future. So I think it's a great shout out. And the main kind of thing is like I was saying too, that this is just going to be very entertaining basketball to watch. And I do definitely see these guys causing a potential upset in the playoffs, to be honest, too.
No, it's a good take. Let's see how it goes. Definitely hyped for next season for Chicago fans.
Yeah, a quick button too, man. It's a close game, bro. The Slovenia's crept up. 5 point game, 5 or 6 minutes to go for the entire game. Not bad.
Yeah, Eggs made some big plays. So
well, there you go. This is gonna be quite a long episode. That means, but keep going.
Cool. Cleveland Cavaliers re-signing Jarrett Allen, 100 mil. Won't go too much into that. I think it's a good pickup.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Dallas Mavericks, Reggie Bullock. I don't know much about him. I think he's coming from the Pistons, if I'm not wrong. 3-year deal. 30 mil.
I think he was in the Pistons, but then I think he went to New York Knicks. I'm not too sure about that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because I do remember he wasn't the Knicks back with like Reggie Jackson and that, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. But it sounds like a pretty cheap pickup. Good play for them. The big one is obviously Tim Hardaway signed to agree to stay on extension. There were rumors about potentially us looking at Tim Hardaway Jr. So it could have been interesting. But yeah, I think it's a good pickup for Mavs. Never really rated him, but he's good for their fit and their team.
Yeah, definitely helps out Luka when needed. Yeah.
Anything from you? Otherwise, moving on to Denver.
I guess just they got the freaking tall guy, Bob and Marjo, or whatever. That's Sterling Brown. Yeah, but let's move on to the next one. Denver, let's go.
Yeah, Denver.
So these are the guys who picked up Jeff Green and JaMychal Green. They're brothers, aren't they? Right?
No, they're not. Are they?
What? No, I think so.
Don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Continue. Yeah, Jeff Green signing for 2 year, 10 mil from the Nets. I think this is a massive pickup. Great pickup for them. Poor Jeff Green. The guy's played for like at least 20 NBA teams. JaMychal Green re-signing him, 17 mil. Seems a bit expensive, but I know a lot of teams were looking for a guy like him. Stretch 4 who could shoot the 3. I know that we were potentially even thinking about getting him as well. Or he was a name in our kind of pile. And then Austin Rivers agreeing to 1 year deal. Will Barton agreeing to 1 year deal. Yeah, all solid pickups. I don't think it takes him to the next level, but super solid role players for them.
Yeah, I think the Austin Rivers was a good pickup. Sorry, my thing's just echoing my first self.
Anyways, well, you look at that.
I've already got it. Yeah, so basically, sorry, mate. I was gonna say, I've looked it up. Very, very interesting fact, and a bit almost of a sad story. But JaMychal Green actually has a sister called Kamisha, and he has a brother who actually passed away when Paul JaMychal was only 2 years old.
Damn.
Oh, do I have that on soundtrack or whatever? So my bad. They're not related at all. They're like, because what can I say, bro? They're both called Green, and they both had like the J. So that always used to confuse me. Like, oh, Jeff Green, JaMychal Green, and that's happened. Like I remember the first time when I saw like Robin Lopez, Brook Lopez, I was tripping the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck? And then on top of that, when I was seeing like Markieff Morris and Marcus Morris, obviously now it's Morris Senior, but still like I remember back then that tripped me the fuck out too.
Yeah, those two tripped me out because they still look exactly the same.
Yeah, they on purpose made the
Yeah.
exact same tattoos and shit. These fucking like cheeky
but
cunts.
like Brooke and Lopez actually have like different hair, you can tell. But
Yeah.
Morris brothers, the exact same buzz cut. They just look exactly the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say it too, man. That's actually a great. I don't think we've given enough of a shout out to Brook Lopez. Just a quick shout out to him. I do remember just watching him with like Lonzo and shit, all the boys back on the Lakers, and just look at from that what he's done with his career, man. He's secured the bag, so that's great hustle for Mr. Lopez.
Yeah, he had a really good stint at the Nets. So
yeah, true, exactly.
Definitely shout out to him.
Yeah.
So cool.
Let's get into Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, Detroit Pistons. Kelly Olynyk signing 3-year, $37 million deal.
He's always going to be a great piece, like wherever the fuck he is. So that's a great pickup, Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, dirty player, so fuck him. Corey Joseph, 2-year deal, $10 million. Yeah, that just gives a backup point guard. Trey Lyles. I don't know who this guy is. Sabin Lee.
That almost reminds me of a certain someone's girlfriend's name. Right?
I won't say I know much about Detroit, so yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I feel as if the main kind of thing they're trying to do is just trying to really build it around Mr. Cade Cunningham. I've watched just like a couple of like fucking highlight videos or whatever, but that doesn't really like show you, like what this guy can do. But a lot of people, especially Detroit people, are very high on Cade Cunningham being like the face of the franchise and shit. So that's just interesting. Because back when I still haven't like set on a team in the East. I have like a lot of teams that I like to watch in the East, but I haven't like full be like, okay, this is my fucking team. But Detroit Pistons were one of those kind of teams that I was half like, oh, this could be my team, but I don't know. It could be interesting. So it's interesting. Just keep your eye out for like, what Mr. Cunningham could do, potentially going for his Rookie of the Year campaign, coming up this year.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's a good shout. Quick interjection while the Boomers absolutely balling out. They've got out to a massive lead with 2 minutes to go.
And to 12 points, babe. Yeah, get that bronze, boy.
All right, cool. Next one, Golden State. This is a pretty decent one. Steph Curry agreeing to a new deal, 4-year, $215 million.
Damn.
$50 million a year, man. Like, that's just insane. The big one for me though, I think they signed Otto Porter Jr. on I think like a minimum or something. I think it's a huge pickup. If he can just stay healthy, the guy is like a really solid player. But health is he's just made of glass. So, and then signing Nemanja Bjelica on a vet deal, which I think is a really good deal as well. I think he's a solid player, solid role player. If you can get him cheap, then yeah, why not?
Let's move on to the next. Houston Rockets. So these guys are another guys that are like, but I guess these guys are heavily in the rebuilding phase, but they've also got on the second draft. Who was that piece? Was he called Jalen Green? Don't tell me there's another fucking guy called Green. Was it?
I don't even know, to be honest.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm just gonna look that up, but you can go over that real quick, man.
Yeah, I'll quickly go over Daniel Theis, whatever. 4-year, $36 million deal. Yeah, not bad. Pretty cheap. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh my god, it is fucking Jalen Green. Fuck's sake.
Do you know what he is? Is he a forward or a guard?
I'll look that up. You continue. Yeah, he's a shooting guard. Sorry, but continue.
Yeah. They have Kevin Porter Jr. Right? So
yeah, that's his name. That was the other guy I was going to talk about.
That guy's like low key a baller, but he's also like a troublemaker. So I know there was rumors like whether they wanted to like keep him and shit, but man scored like 50 points last year. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the draft pick fits.
I was gonna say that's sad, bro. They're like full showing a shot of Luka right now, and it's 88, 102, less than 2 minutes to go. I'm pretty sure that's fucking game. It's a shame that I think this is like Slovenia's maybe first Olympic appearance, is it, or maybe first in like a long fucking time? So it's a shame that they didn't get any actual solid concrete evidence to like bring back home, in terms of like they didn't get a fucking medal to bring back. But huge shout out to what Slovenia's fucking done. Well, I'm just happy, us Aussies got a fucking bronze at least,
Yeah, no, that's pretty much bronze confirmed. So huge shout out, huge congratulations.
And that's a 3 right there. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, definitely Slovenia. I mean, that shot of Luka, you could just tell he's exhausted. He's pretty much carried every single fucking game for them, and Yeah, it's a shame. He doesn't have any other NBA players on his team, but he's just single-handedly just bringing this team
Willing this team. Yeah.
deep into the Olympics. So
They were supposed to go. They could have gone to the finals, bro. They should have gone to the finals.
Crazy.
Rudy Gobert with a choke. I was gonna say, but obviously Nicholas Batum with the clutch. Yeah, Jalen Green. I did want to very quickly just go over him a bit. He himself is hyping himself up. Or I mean, a lot of people hype him up. He could have been like, I think what a lot of people believe, even he could have been himself the first pickup, or like, the number one pick. But what I was gonna say about him is that I think, yeah, just like watch this guy. To be honest, like, don't let him fly under the radar. He seems quite interesting. Something that's interesting, like really interesting about him, when I was doing a bit of research on him, like early this week, he's actually made his way into the second pick of the draft through the actual fucking NBA G League. So instead of going to college,
nice.
he decided to go to the G League. I can't remember which specific city it is, but there was a Team Ignite, I believe it was. Yeah, in the G League, they actually gave him like a fucking contract, I think like for $500,000 or something like that, to play for them. But he was actually like the first person to actually ever get a contract with that team. So that team's almost just like begun with him. So that's really great, And from that, it's showing like, different people a different path in which they can actually get to the NBA. We've got a lot of people coming from the NBL nowadays. Even that Aussie kid who just got picked up by OKC too. So that's quite interesting, like seeing like not just your standard college route being, what's happening. However, that's interesting too about college. These guys are going to start getting paid soon too, man. So that's going to change the whole kind of drafting landscape, I feel as if, over this next decade or so, right?
Yeah, for sure. Good thing you mentioned. I got to read into this Aussie guy. I never knew that OKC drafted an Aussie bloke. I haven't even heard of him until.
Oh yeah, no, because a lot of people were like talking shit about it. They're like, well, "Why the fuck are they choosing this white kid?"
Yeah,
so high up in the draft. Yeah, you should. I mean, I haven't really like read up into him as much, but I've taken those kind of takeaways at least.
Hey, if he's gonna play for Australia, then I'm all
for True. One day. Yeah, unlike Mr.
Silver next time.
Yeah, unlike Mr. fucking Simmons here, fucking dog. I was gonna say, now that we are seeing Patty Mills, hugging the boys and everything, everyone's celebrating because we've won the bronze at least. I want to say it's a shame because and we got Joe Ingles there too, which is great. But this specific Olympics run right now, 2020/21, this probably was our best actual like chance or like last proper like run at potentially upsetting America, potentially getting not just the silver but getting the fucking gold. Because we've still got Patty Mills. Patty Mills is only going to get older the next Olympics, and so forth from that. And I don't know if we have any young talent right now to actually properly like replace him, unless like Thibault just fucking becomes like Donovan Mitchell over the next couple of fucking years. And I don't know, Ben Simmons. Let's not even talk about him. But basically, though, what I'm saying is that like we could be like, we're not going to be a proper squad for a fucking while, and because of that, I truly believe like this would have been like our best chance of potentially causing an upset, getting a fucking gold. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So I don't know if on my lifetime I'm actually going to see Aussies upset fucking USA and win the gold, because I know for sure someone is going to upset like USA one day, because what I've been saying to James, what I've been saying to everyone, man, like this is it, with the Olympics, it's not like the NBA. NBA, you just got to win 4 fucking games, right? You got to win. It's a whole 7-game series, but here you only got to win 1 game, right? And think about how many people have just like upset one on the first game, right? It could very, very easily happen versus USA. Just one fucking bad game they need. You need a little bit of fucking luck. Your team fucking got the right pieces, and yeah, you could actually cause a fucking upset victory against the USA. So anyways, having said that, I believe our chance is pretty much gone going forward for the next at least 2-3 fucking Olympics coming up for Australia. But yeah, apart from that, just big shout out to Mr. Patty Mills, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think we got one more potential Olympics run. Yeah, I agree. This season, this time was probably the best upset. But Patty Mills 32. Next Olympics probably in 3 years. So I think he definitely.
Oh, he's only 32. Damn, I thought he's much older than that.
Definitely should have one more run. But yeah, we probably won't be as strong. But no, I agree with you. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but sorry for getting sidetracked. Let's try to like fucking dig into these because this
It's getting
Craig guy's
pretty
probably
long.
been here for a while. Yeah,
Just really quickly, it's good to see them celebrating that they won a bronze rather than like getting the silver off a loss.
yeah,
They always
true.
say that when you play for the bronze game, the bronze always ends up feeling better than anyone who gets silver, because then silver loses, bronze wins. But yeah, let's jump back into this. Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, that's quite simple.
Yeah, TJ McConnell. Yeah, that's cool. Pretty cheap deal, whatever.
Oh, Torrey Craig's found himself here. I think this guy was the guy, like one of the guys, or if not the only main guy, who was going to win a chip anyway, as like from the Suns and the Bucks, because he played for both teams last year.
Wasn't he? Was he on the Suns, or was he on the Why do I think he's on the Nuggets? Or was that the year before?
That could be the year before. I'm just going to quickly.
I think you're right. I think he was on the Suns and he got injured. But yeah, jump into the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, sure thing, mate. Good for you. You're one of your favorite players lately, Nicholas Batum, agreeing to 2 deal stay with the Clippers. I think the big one out of this,
I think Kawhi's also going to re-sign too.
I think the biggest thing is Reggie, whether Reggie stays or not.
Oh yeah, true. 100%. Reggie's going to stay. 100%.
Do they have the money to keep him? That's the question. He can probably get offers elsewhere. That's the biggest. If they can't keep Reggie, then it's a massive L for the Clippers this free agency, I'd say.
Man, honestly, I just feel I don't want to say bad is the word, but it just sucks because like look at, especially with this next kind of team we're going to be talking about. You already know it's coming up after LA Clippers, but like everyone has just elevated their teams. Like in terms of like championship. It's still look at the like for one kind of period of time, the Clippers had the perfect opportunity, which was obviously that bubble season, in which the league was still somewhat equal, in which we had like the duos, right? Like the league of duos, but now it's just back to the super teams, bro. Super team versus super team. It's just pretty much like North Korea flexing the nuts and then USA flexing the nuts. You know what I mean? It's pretty much like that. And it's a shame because the Clippers, I feel as if it's just being left behind, and the fact that Kawhi's probably going to be injured for majority, if not all, of this fucking season. It's quite a shame of all that, So because I really do want to see the Clippers with Kawhi healthy, with Reggie Jackson, with Paul George, all these boys, and Batum, obviously, like bringing it home, actually getting a fucking title. But I don't know, like that window is just like slipping by every fucking day,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this year was a perfect window for a whole bunch of teams. All 4 of them definitely could have had a chance towards that end there. But I mean, moving on to the Lakers, just because we're pretty much on the same topic, I don't actually think they got that much better. I know that a lot of these guys, like if this team was fucking back in 2012, this would be a freaking greatest of all time team.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys are
big names. Yeah.
So we'll just quickly go through it. Kendrick Nunn signing 2-year, $10 million.
I think that's a great pickup from Heat.
Yeah, potentially. I thought he was a lot better than he proved to be because he ended up being trash towards the end of the Miami stint.
That's true.
Taylor Horton Tucker. I don't know much about this guy.
DHT.
$32 million deal. It looks like he's kind of replacing that Caruso role. Malik Monk. That's a good pickup. I think this guy, he was trash at first and then he became really good for Charlotte for a while. This is a great pickup to give them like extra scoring, extra spark. Carmelo, Dwight, Trent, Ariza, Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore, all agreeing to new deals. A few of them, I think, are quite minimum deals. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this 2012's fucking Lakers team?
Yeah, interesting that they got Dwight Howard back, Carmelo Anthony, but I guess the main thing that isn't like addressed here is the entire Westbrook pickup. So that's I don't even know, because a lot of people it's a bit of like hit and miss with that. A lot of people just like, okay, this isn't what they need, but then I feel as if maybe throughout all the other moves they've made in the free agency since picking up Russell Westbrook, a lot of people maybe changing their minds when it comes to that. But ultimately, you can have like the best kind of looking team on paper. It's just like, is it really going to work? And on top of that, how healthy are these motherfuckers going to stay?
Yeah, definitely. And they're all kind of, I mean, not all of them, but Melo, Dwight Howard, Trent, they're a bit washed by now. Yeah. So not necessarily like guaranteed chip, but definitely this is like the ultimate ring chasing team. I mean, you got Melo in there, right? Melo's desperate.
Yeah.
He's about to retire, man. He just wants a fucking ring so bad. And I hope he doesn't get it.
I was going to say with that too, man. Like, Now, for all you freaking like Bron sexuals or Bron dick riders, you guys cannot tell me LeBron has no help. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's out the window. Cool. Memphis Grizzlies doesn't have anything here. Haven't heard of any moves from them. Miami Heat. This is the big one. I think you were saying that they probably won this one. Kyle Lowry, 3-year deal, 90 mil. PJ Tucker, 2-year, 15 mil. Great pickup.
I think great pickup. Yeah, great pickup, especially as a culture fit. Just intensity, to be honest, that it brings. But I guess a lot of people were kind of comparing him to like the role that he's replacing, which was kind of like Jay Crowder's role. And Jay Crowder is obviously a bit more consistent when it comes to knocking down the threes and everything like that. Yeah, but PJ Tucker, when he was in Houston, he was giving you those, like great fucking consistent corner threes. So who knows? Maybe that could, this could be his breakout season again. He had a taste of that championship, and now he wants to bring it back. But I think it's really, really great fit, especially given that entire, we dogs kind of speech. I think this is definitely a great kind of thing for him, his career, and hopefully for his family. I'm very happy to see PJ Tucker make moves on his own kind of what's good for him, because I feel as if no one can really beef with him too when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel as if, sure, they gave Bobby Portis the contract again, which is fair enough, but I don't feel as if anyone's going to have any bad blood with PJ Tucker for doing what he wants to do with his career, like, because he could have easily just stayed again, let's do it again, boys, at the Bucks. But he's decided to actually like go with the Heat, and it's not like this is like fucking LeBron James Heat, like version of the Heat. This is like an interesting, respectable kind of team to be trying to compete in. I think yeah, Miami Heat's got a fucking team. But continue after PJ Tucker, unless you've got any thoughts yourself.
Yeah, I mean that contract isn't necessarily cheap. I think he's already 36, but I agree, great pickup. Like you said, intensity. That's the biggest one. That's the biggest thing that they need. Duncan Robinson, 5-year, 90 mil deal. I already said my piece about this. Overpay. I just don't think he's as good as 18 mil a year. That's just my opinion.
I feel as if people agree with that. Like, this is probably like more on the higher end as to what Miami would have wanted to pay, but I feel as if there would have been teams out there offering him a potential contract similar to this. So it's kind of like a nice in between, because you wouldn't want to have Duncan Robinson somewhere else, because that's, what I mean. Like that's one of your fucking pieces.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like you need your fucking shooting. You need the shooting. So it's a big thing for him though, is that I believe he's like the highest paid ever like undrafted player. I believe, yeah, because Giannis was technically drafted. So yeah, a big shout out to Mr. Duncan Robinson getting paid. Even if you get undrafted at draft night, you too can be making $90 million, obviously before tax, over the span of 5 years. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, respect. Shout out. Jimmy B agreeing to extension, no surprise there. Victor Oladipo agreeing to 1-year deal. Great pickup. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Miami could be very, very fucking dangerous if like Victor Oladipo not only is healthy but knows his role for this team. What he can do for this team in whatever role they need him to play. That could be very, very interesting, because Oladipo is a fucking is the man.
Yeah, agreed. Markieff Morris from the Lakers agreeing to 1-year deal. I think you like this pickup.
Yeah, I was saying it's a good pickup just because like he does bring that championship experience.
Yep. I don't really know the other three guys: Gabe Vincent, Max Struss, Dwayne Dedmon.
I've heard the Dedmon guy is a good pickup, but I've not too much research on it myself, to be honest.
Cool. Moving on from there, Milwaukee Bucks signing Rodney Hood.
Yeah, boy.
Deal. This is a pretty good pickup as well.
Anyone who's got Rodney Hood, I love. I've always fucking loved Rodney Hood. I believe he was on the Cavs before Portland, right?
Yeah, he's been on a few teams now. I think you're right.
Yeah, even I think he was on Utah and shit. I can't remember which team it was. Yeah. I was watching him. I think it's probably Utah. I was watching him the most. But I was just like, yo, bro, I love this guy. And I love the fact when it's like, where the hood at? And I don't think it was this Portland series, but I think last season or maybe even the one before that, but he actually did have a couple of like games where he was providing very, very solid minutes, especially down the clutch. So Rodney Hood, I believe, is a very kind of I don't know if he's necessarily underrated, but I do definitely think he's really like just a good piece in general. Like Ronnie Hood, yeah, I just like him as a player, to be honest. And I'd love to get a Hood jersey just so it has Hood on my back.
Yeah, I don't think he's underrated. I think he's just rated just because people actually know that he can be really good and he can actually go off and put like 30 points a game.
Yeah,
But he just can't find consistency. His health is a big thing for him, and then also just super inconsistent player. But I agree. I've watched him play, and I actually quite like him as well. I think I watched him mostly in Utah. But he just can't find consistency. That's why he keeps getting shipped to different teams. But
yeah,
Bobby Portis agreeing to stay on 2-year
2-year
deal.
deal. It's good
Says that
for
he's
him.
found his home in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Semi Ojale coming from Celtics, agreeing to a deal. Pretty solid pickup. I think he'll give him some decent minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we get into the NOLA, I want to say I just actually got a text from our good mate William, Ilmo Ways, if you know. So basically, he just sent me a text saying, "Patty Mills, greatest Aussie of all time." So I don't think we can say no to that. He's given us his own 2 cents, and we all know that his word is the law.
Is it though? He's a Lakers fan, so fuck him.
True.
Shout out in more ways. I love you. No, I think we covered the Pelicans already, so we won't really go into that.
But I'll say at least the numbers. Devontae Graham, 4-year, $47 million deal, so good for him. And like I said, Didi actually agreed to that 4-year deal, and we already talked about Garrett Temple. But let's talk about, these guys also, I wouldn't say quote unquote won free agency, but they definitely have significantly improved their fucking team.
Yeah, the Knicks. I actually think the Knicks had a really, really good free agency.
It's true.
I know Kemba's a bit of a meme, and I wouldn't have liked him on our team, or I don't really like him, but I think he'll be. He's not the number one guy, and you got Julius Randle there who's going to take you moving forward. So I think this is just.
But not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. It's just kind of like, how's this team going to perform in the playoffs?
Yeah,
Kemba Walker's not necessarily even the best performances when it comes to the playoffs either. So it's a bit like hit and miss. And Julius Randle, I don't know what the fuck happened to him in the playoffs, to be honest. The only kind of piece here is like who's proven is Derrick Rose.
Yeah. I think again, Kemba's contract is definitely filthy, but I think
disgusting. I
think it's a good opportunity for him in New York. Hopefully he stays healthy. Todd Gibson, 1-year deal. I think he's just there for vet presence. Evan Fournier, this will be interesting.
Mr. Frenchman himself.
4-year. Oh, sorry. Derrick Rose, also a great pickup. I know there was whispers around Derrick Rose potentially for the Pels, and I would have actually liked that.
Yeah.
But Evan Fournier, I think this is a great pickup. We just saw him ball out for France. But 4-year, 78 deal, also coming from I think Celtics. So I don't know what the fuck Celtics are doing right now. And then personally, I actually quite like Nerlens Noel. I think he's pretty decent. So I think this is a solid 3-year.
Drafted by us too,
Was it by us or by 76ers?
Oh, I thought it was by us. I can't remember. But he played for us at least.
3-year, $32 million deal. Cheap. That's all I can say. And then Alec Burks, another guard role player. So overall, I think the Knicks, they may not have won, but I think they're very solid. Just a very solid.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Solid. And my personal 2 cents is that I definitely do agree the D Rose contract was very smart. I think that was like probably their first kind of move they've made in the offseason, which I highly rate because it's fucking D Rose. He was fucking pretty much carrying you guys in the playoffs, and he gives you that like veteran but almost like inspirational like myth legend kind of, I guess, presence in the locker room. So I think that's really, really great for these guys. And let's not even forget we've still got like RJ Barrett and all these other pieces on this team. So yeah, I guess good luck to the Knicks. I don't think I'd ever say that.
Yeah, 100%. We still got quite a lot of teams together. That's just speed run shit.
Okay.
Shy, OKC 5-year deal.
5 year. Oof, big money.
Mike Muscala, the Pelicans killer. 2-year, $7 million deal. Sure.
Orlando Magic.
Robin Lopez, 1-year deal. Yeah, good for him. 76ers. What do you think about this? Danny Green re-signing and then also picking up Andre Drummond. What are your thoughts on that?
So Danny Green, I don't know. It's kind of like you got to do what you got to do with Danny Green. Like if you're gonna keep him, sure. Unless you want to have him somewhere else. I don't know. I know a lot of people have beef with Danny Green. A lot of people, obviously, from the Lakers. But whatever, fuck him. I think Danny Green is good. My kind of thing is just why the fuck are we talking about these guys, not Ben Simmons, right? Like we should. Why haven't these guys just moved this guy yet? But apart from that, Andre Drummond. Basically, what's happened is that Andre Drummond tried to play Dwight's role in the Lakers, didn't work out. Dwight fucked off the Lakers. Drummond came over to 76ers. So could be interesting, especially given the fact that Drummond and Embiid used to have beef back in the day. So, Drummond now kind of almost coming off the bench for Embiid. That could be quite interesting. So, yeah, I mean, see how that works out. But ultimately, exactly like I already mentioned, big fat elephant in the room is let's get the fuck rid of Mr. Ben Simmons. Like, why the fuck is this piece of shit still here?
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. Fuck the 76ers.
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns, I don't know. Abdel Nader, I don't know much about him. 2-year deal, 4.2 mil. Yeah, that's cool. The big ones obviously are re-signing Chris Paul. So he turned down 45 mil on his contract, which is insane if you think about it. I wish I could fucking turn down 45 mil. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I done it.
Agreeing to a 4-year, $120 mil deal. Obviously, that him doing that is just to give him more years on his contract, probably more money overall. And then campaign starting to stay 3-year, 19 mil deal, which I think is a great pickup.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
Played pretty well for them. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, let's get into Portland. Portland, they have kept Mr. Norman Powell for another 5 years, $90 million. Cody Zeller and Tony Snell. Any thoughts with these guys?
Yeah, so part of the reason why I think the Duncan is an overpay is because I feel like if Norman Powell is agreeing to 5-year, 90 mil, Norman Powell's better than Duncan. That's just my thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
So why the fuck is Duncan getting 90? That's just, I'll leave it at that. That's all I have to say.
Fair enough, but at the same time too, I mean, these guys have like full traded like Gary Trent Jr. essentially for Norman Powell, so I guess they've just got to almost kind of go all in with Norman Powell. But I think ultimately, is this really gonna? It's kind of like these guys are almost like stuck in the same kind of state that we are at the Pelicans, except like these guys are a bit like a tier above because they're actually making the playoffs. But it's just kind of like, okay, like, yeah, but we need to like, what are we going to do to actually like get this shit to the next fucking level? And I don't really know what's going to be the situation if Dame's going to stick around to Portland. I know for many years he's like said that, he'd love to kind of stay on the team, but the team has to kind of meet him in the middle, like try to like make the moves to kind of like get him up to the next level. And so far I'm not seeing it. And I don't know if Dame's going to stick around for the Portland Trailblazers, and can you really blame him if he fucks off? Who knows?
With what they've done this free agency, he's not sticking around.
Oh, well, there you go.
Cool. Sacramento Kings, Richaun Holmes agreeing to stay on 4-year, $55 million deal. This is a great pickup, in my opinion. I think he's a great player. Alex Len, 2-year deal. Mo Harkless, 2-year deal. Terrence Davis, 1-year, 2-year deal. Like we said, everyone wants out of the Kings, right? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Kings is potentially even like worse than us, to be honest.
Haven't made the playoffs in like 15 years.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, we're at least bringing someone there, but yeah, continue.
Zach Collins, 3-year deal, so Portland lose him, but this guy just can't stay healthy, so who knows. Doug McDermott, 3-year deal, 42 mil. People think this is a pretty good pickup. I haven't rated him that hard, but it is what it is. And I don't know who this guy is, Chandler Hutchinson. Yeah. It says joints from Wizards Wire Trade. Yeah, interesting. I guess San Antonio, no longer like, no more Patty Mills, no more DeMar DeRozan. Really, this is just they're being realistic, which is great, but they are definitely entering that, I guess, rebuilding stage of their entire franchise. So it's interesting what they'll kind of do with Pop, like how much longer he's actually realistically going to stick around, how they're going to kind of like successfully pass that torch of, the juggernaut that was the Spurs, right, down to the next generation and try to like breed the new generation of Spurs. But yeah, interesting for the Spurs. I guess that's pretty much it. Yep. Raptors, Gary Trent Jr., 3-year deal, 45 mil. I think it's a great pickup. Re-signing him, I think he's a good player. And then agreeing to sign and trade deal for Goran Dragic to obviously replace Lowry's role.
Lowry.
Yeah, doesn't necessarily make them. Doesn't necessarily make them that much better, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Utah Jazz.
I was gonna just say in general too, like big shout out to. I do really like Gary Trent Jr. too.
Yeah, definitely. Utah Jazz, I think one of the winners in free agency, in my opinion. Eric Pascal joined via trade from Golden State. I think he's great fucking pickup. I think this guy's actually really good.
I didn't even know he was for fucking. He was for sale.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that he was one of the guys that they would have kept. So
Yeah.
Again, interesting move from them. Hassan Whiteside, when you deal, he's pretty trash, but I think he's a good pickup as a backup center. Rudy Gay. I've always rated Rudy Gay. I've always liked him.
Yeah, sure you have, mate.
2-year deal, 12 mil.
He's come from the Spurs now, yeah.
Fuck, I have no idea. He's switched teams so much.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't on the Utah Jazz last year. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and they kept Mike Conley for another 3 years, 68 million. So it's more or less the same shit. Maybe they've added a couple of extra pieces, which is good. But it's good that they are sticking to what got them ultimately to the number 1 seed in the play last season. So that's great. Yeah. I just hope everyone can stay healthy. And I don't know if this is the right cut. Maybe they need to do a few different adjustments here and there. A few major trades. Maybe even I don't know. See what we can get for Gobert or something like that. But what I'm trying to say is that they're a few major moves away, if not one major move away from really climbing that hump or getting past that hump in which they could potentially realistically be contending now.
Yeah, agreed. Mark my words though, Eric Pascal is going to ball out next year.
Well, there we fucking go. And then that leads us to our last one, Washington motherfucking Wizards. Wow, how long did I fucking take?
Ages.
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie joined in a sign and trade from the Nets. So that's interesting. Pretty much the entire OG Brooklyn Nets team that everyone kind of fell in love with on the D-Lo, saw fucking blown up. Now Dinwiddie's in the fucking Wizards. Who would have fucking thought that with Mr. Bradley Beal? It's quite interesting. I want, because let's not even forget, Wizards now got Kuzma. They've got who's it? KCP. So that's quite interesting. Still got Rui Hachimura, Bradley Beal. Yeah, it could still be a team. They've got Washington Wizards. That definitely with Spencer Dinwiddie. You can definitely see these guys jump into the playoffs and shit. But it's just for what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck are the Wizards doing? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest. Hopefully for them, I guess their sake, Kuzma has a fucking breakout season or something. But ultimately, like I said, we just got Bradley Beal there, man. And that's I love about Bradley Beal is it's extremely fucking loyal, it seems. But I don't know. Got to see what we can do for him. But at the same time, too, I believe it's been stated that they don't want to move Bradley Beal until he says that he wants to be moved. So maybe they're just respecting his wishes ultimately at the end of the day.
Yeah, who knows? Fuck, finally that caps all our thoughts.
Yeah,
all 30 fucking teams and the deals. Yeah, don't say we don't fucking hustle for you guys, because fuck me, that was intense.
Damn, bro. Wait, what? Yeah, we're around 30 minutes away too from it being a complete 2-hour show. So I'm gonna quickly go over these voice clips now that I did hint at before. Anything on your mind right now before I jump into these?
Oh, good. Go for it.
All right, let's start this bitch.
Yes. I was inquiring as to when you predict Pelbros, James and Ryan, that the next great Indian basketball player will arrive in the National Basketball Association. Because I was thinking it has been several years since the debut of the great Sim Bular, and us Indians are a large market, and we are desperate for some basketball representation. Thank you so much.
Okay. So what do you think about that? Do you have any 2 cents? Do you have any 2 cents when it comes to the Indian basketball team?
I didn't catch your name there, but shout out for sending that through. So thanks for that.
Oh, I believe his name was Raj or something like that, or some kind of curry name. But continue.
Raj. No, I don't. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got no experience in that field. Ryan, I'll leave it for you.
All I can say, mate, is it is true you do present an interesting opportunity, which I myself didn't think of. In which, it does seem, India by population. Just look at how big fucking basketball is in China. Who knows? India could be the next thing. So definitely there is potentially money there, but it is true, like you said. I think all you guys prefer to play some cricket or something like that. Something that isn't fucking basketball. So I don't know. As much as I would love for you guys to have your own kind of Indian superstar, you're gonna have to show that shit to me, bro. Because I ain't, I ain't fucking seen it, and
we ain't watching the Indian basketball.
Yeah. Like I can't. I'm not gonna be able to tell you like, oh, bro, I don't know. I think for the Division 1 under-18s, Rajna Shirkar is looking really good. He might be a good fit. He could be drafted number 78 potentially. Some bullshit like that. I can't give you that kind of specifics, but all I will say is that I guess appreciate you for asking us about this and presenting the potential money opportunity, which is the Indian market. Shall we move on to the next one? We've only got one quick one after that, and then we can be wrapping up the show. So I'm gonna get started. James, you ready?
Yeah, sorry we didn't answer your question, mate, but that's how it goes on this show. Yeah. Hit the next one.
This one's for Brian DW. Why are you such a fucking gangster, bro? Why are you such a fucking G? You're an inspiration. How the fuck are you like that? Can you please answer that for us? Tell us the answer. I want to know. I want to know, man.
Shit. Well, sorry, James. It does seem like this question is specifically addressed to myself, so I will try my best to answer this question. But I guess in terms of like how and like why I'm such a G, I mean, it's hard to explain, because these things kind of come a bit naturally, sorry, settle down, everyone. But I mean, if I was to try to like vocalize it into words, I'd say just stop being such a fucking pussy, eh? Just like do what your heart intends, mate. And from that, you can gain the respect of your peers, and from that, potentially, you can get power, money, and the hoes. So, yeah, I think it's a good kind of place to kind of wrap it up, James, I guess, this episode. What are your thoughts on that?
How much did you pay him?
Oh, who? What the last person just then?
Yeah. No, jokes. I agree with what you said anyway.
Everything is organic, mate. Everything is organic.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much sums that up. If you're still listening, then shout out to you. You're the real fucking fan, because it's been about an hour and a half. I'll just cap it off by saying,
take
your
time.
Shout out to Oz for bronze medal.
Yeah, true. Are they doing the have you seen they're doing the medal ceremony or not?
Oh, I don't know. I switched off. Hey,
yeah,
they're doing it now.
They're doing it now. What shit, son? What? Who's up? Like bronze or?
Yeah, they're giving the medals for bronze at the moment.
Okay. Oh shit! I gotta quickly watch that then, bro. Gotta see my boy Paddy Mills getting that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That sums up all our thoughts on.
Oh yeah, Paddy Mills is the boys. Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Huge free agency. So lots happening with the Pels. But yeah, we're just excited for the off season. We'll bring a lot of content.
Not even that. I was gonna say too. A big thing too is just like Olympics basketball, international basketball in general is just kind of like starting to blow up a bit more. Because the talent has just kind of spread across the world. So. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I wouldn't have ever thought that I'd be seriously very interested in watching fucking, international basketball, Olympics basketball. But it's just like it's more closer to something like the playoffs basketball. It's a bit more. It's not just like spam fucking foul baiting. You can actually you got to play some actual real basketball. So it's good to see.
Yeah, 100% agreed. I don't think any of us really expected Olympics to be this entertaining, and it really turned out some great fucking games from different nations as well. And like you said earlier, nations catching up to the US, so major shout out. But yeah, I've said my piece. That's all. Thanks for listening. Ryan, you can cap it off with any last words.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are tuning in for the next one, episode number 42. You know how it is. 42 number is a GOAT number. Apart from that, I'll see you the next one. Be there or be square.
Laters.